has been a huge part of our lives growing up. And as you saw, like all those cards and everything, we've been collecting it for so long. And those weren't even half of it. That was what we could find. There's like so much more around the place that we couldn't even find. Now, Pokemon, like we've been playing the games, we've been watching the cartoon movies and everything. So Pokemon was a pretty big, significant part of our lives. Tuning into Cartoon Network at 4 p.m. and watching Pokemon was like our daily routine back when we were kids. So I didn't know there was a live action Pokemon movie coming out. I mean, I knew there was a Detective Pikachu movie coming out, but I didn't know it was live action. So I was on YouTube, just scrolling through YouTube, and then IGN puts out the Pikachu trailer. And so I clicked on it, watched, and it was a, live action Pikachu. So when I saw it, I was like, whoa, wait, is there live action Pokemon movie coming? So I rushed, got the earplugs, everything, and watched it. Wow. Wow. So growing up, being a huge Pokemon fan, we were actually like waiting for a live action Pokemon movie to come out for years, like 10 years. We were waiting for a live action Pokemon movie, and now the time has finally come. So let's talk about it. My thoughts on what I think Pokemon Detective Pikachu delivered, and my thoughts on the movie. First off, the CGI. The CGI was on point. The way they handled Pikachu and the way they incorporated the Pokemon elements into the live action elements was so seamless, and it just looked so organic and natural, and it just worked. Mind-blowing to see Pokemon, live action Pokemon adapted into the big screen, and that was something we've been looking forward for so long, to be able to get the opportunity to be alive when a live action Pokemon movie comes out was actually pretty awesome. So the CGI was amazing, and every Pokemon looked exactly like they did in the cartoon and in the games, but with that live action twist that makes them look so real yet not. Especially Pikachu, like, here you go, Pikachu. So the way Pikachu was handled, I thought was just amazing. The way, when you watch him in the cartoons, he's just this Pikachu, and then when you watch him in the movie, it's the exact same Pikachu, but he's got the fur and everything, and it just worked. So that's my thoughts on the whole live action Pokemon movie. Now let's get on to the trailer and what the trailer delivered. So right off the bat, this is not an Ash Ketchum movie. In fact, this follows this other guy, I can't remember his name, but this guy from Leventown who wants to find his dad. And Detective Pikachu, who, well, he's a detective and does mysteries and everything, teams up with this guy, and they go on this quest to find their dad. Now I can't remember his name, but I think the guy did a pretty good job, and the amount of Easter eggs in this movie was just phenomenal. Like, apart from the trailer, the plot was pretty simple. Pikachu and this guy team up to find his dad, which is a pretty simple plot. But the amount of Easter eggs, and the fact that this is the first trailer, you don't really get a whole lot of story in it, so that makes up for it. But being a first trailer, it did its job very well. Now, in terms of the plot, right now we don't really know a whole lot about it apart from the main story arc. Hopefully there's more to the movie than it being a generic movie. Another thing that I was actually pretty curious on was, will there be legendaries in the movie? Will we have legendaries in the movie? I don't think we will. I don't think having legendaries in the movie would be something that we'd be getting in the first movie. Maybe. Now we know legendaries do exist in this universe. We've seen Zekrom, we saw Reshiram, we saw the Articuno and Rayquaza Easter eggs. So I think that the legendaries would be coming down the road or another movie in the sequel. But for the first movie, I don't think we're going to be getting legendaries. So apart from the plot, which was pretty basic since this was the first trailer, we might be getting a second trailer somewhere next year, March, hopefully. So apart from that, will this movie be a success? Will Pokemon, the first ever live action adapted movie, be a success? Well, Hopefully it would. I mean, from what I saw in the trailer, it does a lot of fan service. It has that heart and soul and that charisma that Pokemon the cartoons had. Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu was actually pretty good, and it worked to a huge extent. It made the character funny and likable, and that was something that was a new side of Pikachu. And I think Ryan Reynolds voicing him was funny, hilarious, and it worked. Apart from that, I think Pokemon, the live action version Detective Pikachu, would be a huge success, because from what I saw in the trailer, it was everything I wanted in a Pokemon movie, if not a bit more. So I think if what we got in the trailer is how the movie's going to play out in terms of the heart and charisma and everything, the energy, I think this would be a pretty good movie, and hopefully this movie would be, the movie I've been waiting for my whole life to see. And with that, guys, what are your thoughts on Pokemon? Like, what do you think? Are you a Pokemon fan? Did you grow up with Pokemon? And if you did, comment down below who your favorite legendary Pokemon is and what you'd like to see in the Pokemon movie now. And hopefully the movie is going to be just as good as the trailer was. So with that, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel, go check out our other videos, and we put out videos every week, so there is content always. With that, see you next week.
Listen up. We got ways to make you talk. Or mime.
Yeah.
So tell us what we want to know. Pipe. Yes. Okay. I can. Shoving. Pushing. My problem is that I push people away and then hate them for leaving.
He's saying you can shove it.